So when I'm looking now into the space, something like Polygon or Arbitrum or ZK Syncs, right, I see a lot of really cool stuff, but I don't see it battle tested. Yeah, hi. I'm Alexander, one of the co-founders of Axie, Infinity, and also Sky Mavis. We're pretty much on the business side, now focusing mostly on the Ronin ecosystem and kind of building out everything that we are doing at Sky Mavis. Yeah, so I mean, this is my second Token 2049. I was there last year in London. You know, our company is Vietnamese. So I traveled here to be at Token 2049 and then go to Vietnam. So it's kind of a combined like token, like speaking here and then also going back to Vietnam for our company retreat. I mean, to me, this is like very bull markety. I don't know. It's very, there are a lot of people here, much more people than I had expected. You know, we just had AxieCon. We had about 800 people, a very different vibe, like very community focused. I think here there's definitely a lot of companies that I have never heard about before, like very crypto specific. So certainly seems like there are a lot of interested people who are wanting to build. Yeah, I mean, so it's like a clear lack of product market fit, really. Like the products that we have, I think in DeFi are still not good enough. And when it comes to the gaming side, it's also very clear that, you know, we need to be better. So I think when the products are there in terms of you're like, you have users using them just for the real utility or for the fun of it, like only playing for that, that's really when we're going to see the next bull market come in, right? So it started the last time, I would say, is a combination of NFTs really getting very popular, games suddenly finding product market fit to an extent. So it was very, it's been a very interesting couple of years. And now we really hit that high, and now things are coming down. It's the return to fundamentals. People want to see real fun things again. Yeah. So the cool thing about Axie is, we've always been building. We've been building for 4.5 years now. And, we shipped the game. The Axie Classic game was the first real breakout title that we had. And now we're shipping Axie Origins, which is going to be released on Google Play and Apple stores, which we're very, very excited about. And it has like a more robust economy. And the same also goes for the game loop. So very excited. We like to say that Axie is the new Axie, right? So we are never going to be stopped building on that IP. And I think really that's one of the hardest things, right? Bootstrapping an IP that's crypto native is one of the coolest things that we did. And I really think that Axie is just getting started in that sense. So like it took Pokemon 30 years to get to this point. I think Axie is, if you compare to that, like our ambitions are to take this global. And I think just because it's a cultural icon right now, this means that there is so much more potential to untap. So when it comes to other GameFi or I actually like to call them blockchain gaming products rather than GameFi. So to me, I'm more focused on what are the innovations they are bringing to the table rather than just copying what we did and making small tweaks to that here and there. I want to see something totally new. And I can't wait until we see that happen because there's so much experimentation. There's just so much capital in this industry right now. It's overfunded, I would say. So you're going to see a whole lot of bad things and then maybe just a little bit of great things. And that's what I'm excited about. Yeah, so Ronin network in itself, was tailored to build Axie. We're now changing it so that anyone will be able to deploy in the future. We're going to be activating delegated proof of stake and then also looking into other scaling solutions. So yeah, we envision that to be more on the layer 1 for gaming projects in the future. But first of all, for Axie and then for others later down the line. So for me, I think it's very exciting to be building out the Ronin ecosystem, right? So, the real issue from a gaming point of view is that if you're sharing block space or blockchain capacity with many, many other really popular applications, suddenly the gas fees spike really high. And that's really the problem that we tried to solve for by creating our own chain because we needed it to have control before things were really scaling. So when I'm looking now into the space, something like Polygon or Arbitrum or ZK Syncs, right? I see a lot of really cool stuff, but I don't see it battle tested. When I'm looking at what we did with Axie, at the peak, we had over 2.7 million daily active users. All of these players need to transact on chain sooner or later. And that in itself is a challenging thing for even the most battle-tested solutions. So we are actually, that's why we built the Ronin chain, which is EVM, similar to Binance Smart Chain. Now it's going to have 21 validators and then eventually scaling from there. But we really need to make sure that the technology that we are implementing is battle tested. That's basically everything that we care about. It needs to work for our use case and then for other use cases for gaming, right? So we just see blockchain as a tool. it's not the most important thing. It's a tool that solves a problem for the end user. That's it. Yeah, Yatsu, a big fan of him, of course, is a visionary. I think his thesis on digital property rights is exactly, what we believe in Axie too. NFTs as the baseline for digital identity. Everything you do in games, or everything you even acquire online on the blockchain, like even art pieces, it's a combination of all those things that build up your digital identity. And I think that's really the cool thing about blockchain tech. Yeah, I mean, we have a very strong thesis on mobile games. That's what we believe in. So we're very focused on finding those that we think are the best fit. So far, I don't want to spoil anything, but we have a lot of good games that we think could be a really great fit for Ronin Network. But when we release them, we would rather that they have like a clear product marketing plan, that they can benefit from the attention that it brings. So our really a key advantage is we have this live community of hundreds of thousands of players, where game developers can very easily come in. They have a toolkit of basically that they can publish their games. They get like marketplaces, they get like wallet solutions, they get everything they need. They don't really have to care about the tech. But best of all, they have a community. They have distribution channels. And that is what literally no one else has. So that's our competitive advantage. Yeah, so I actually think the metaverse exists and it's on Ethereum, right? It's the common shared state of things. So basically, when I have a wallet with my NFTs, you have a wallet with your NFTs, that we can collaborate across many different things. To me, that is the metaverse, and it's going to be different front ends. It's going to be different type of games where people can collaborate with the same assets that they have. That is the metaverse to me. That they are putting the cart in front of the horse, right? That's maybe the end state of something where you have this like virtual world, but kind of getting to that is going to be very difficult. And now we have blockchain tech, which makes it possible to just like sell these NFTs and these digital things, right? Which is pretty cool. And I think that's the foundation of it. And then it's the visualization of the metaverse can be anything. It doesn't matter. The Meta is calling their VR metaverse. That's fine. AR could be the metaverse. It doesn't really matter. Everything is about collaboration. I actually have a very I try not to have too high. I guess I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't have very strong opinions about it. What I will say rather related to NFT art is that I'm a big fan. I believe in one-of-ones. I believe in supporting artists through buying their NFTs. I believe that NFTs create a stronger collaboration and a stronger, feeling of community between the creator and the buyer. I think it's amazing for that. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about rather than sort of the legalities about IP, all that other stuff. I mean, I think we're just starting to figure that out. I mean, I've liked Josie for, several years. One of the favorite NFTs I have is from Josie. She has now, it's called the Cyber Brokers. That's kind of their latest thing, but I think the OG Josie pieces are amazing. I'm not sure if you're familiar, but yeah. Oh yeah, learning. I mean, interacting with decentralized applications, like really getting your hands dirty, I think is the only thing that matters. Like kind of testing out these protocols. And I mean, what happened last time in the bear market is that when you tested out Uniswap, you got an airdrop for, how many several thousands of dollars. I think everyone should test, if you're not working in the space, you should test out as many things as you possibly can. Learn about it. Like, what makes it cool? What is the new thing that will be important in the future? I mean, nobody really knows everything, so yeah, just have to try it. I mean, so the way I see it, this is just a new part of the internet that has been discovered. I think everything will be on crypto in the future. Like, everyone will have their assets stored in some kind of capacity in a wallet. I think it's just like a matter of time. I guess I'm less focused on the immediate, very short term, because I just feel like there's so much infrastructure that still needs to be built. But yeah, and also good products that need to happen. That's going to push the infrastructure forward. So yeah, I mean, I think maybe it can take 5 to 10, maybe even 15, 20 years before we get to the final state. But in the future, I definitely believe that people should own their own assets and also the privacy of it. Yeah, I'm very bullish on zero knowledge technology. I think that's great. I'm bullish on Dark Forest, that technology, what they're using in that game. I think it's amazing. I definitely want to try to use something like that in Axie in the future. I mean, yeah, of course. I follow you guys. I mean, right now I'm mostly following you, so I mostly see your art collection, so I'm bullish on that. But overall, I think it's very important that people are trying to cover the space and doing have a very deep understanding of what's happening here, because it's important to signal to the noise, right? Because there's so much noise in the crypto space all the time that kind of finding those key projects and really spotlighting them, like writing deep articles about it, doing videos like this is very important, without a doubt. Thank you for having me.